Okay, but do you ever feel like in dating you are hitting your head against the wall? Like, why am I going on so many dates? I feel like I'm wasting my time. I'm not getting any closer to finding my person. I just feel like we're having the same conversation over and over again. I can't bear to go on another date where this guy is treating me like an object. He's asking me the same questions. Do you have siblings? How old are you? What's your favorite color? I'm like, I can't do it anymore. Like, I cannot have this conversation with another person, and I'm bored. I'm checked out. If this sounds like you, this episode is for you. Welcome back to another episode of Way Too Wifey. I am your host, respectfully Gabby, and in this podcast we talk all things dating and relationships in this modern day. And if you are new here, hi, I'm Gabby. I'm an online dating coach where I help you transform your confidence to live your best lives inside and outside of relationships. You guys, it all starts from within, and if you don't feel right from within, you are going to attract bullshit in your love life. I work a lot with clients who struggle with confidence, who have attachment issues that they're working on, either swinging way to one side or the other of being super anxious, super avoidant, and just really working on healing those aspects of you, retraining your mind to get to a better place. Because once you get to the place where you feel confident, you feel good about yourself, you feel secure, you feel healed, I promise you, the quality of people that will step into your life are going to be on a whole other level, and you're going to be like, wait, these people exist? Like, I've been doing this wrong the whole time? So you mean to tell me that all I had to do was just heal my past traumas? And not that the bullshit's gonna ever stop, but I promise you it'll be significantly less. But anyway, if you are curious, please hit the stand link in my bio on the episode description or in my bio. I have a bunch of different packages you can choose from. You guys, okay, first of all, I just want to say, so I'm still in London. A lot's been happening. I have to update you guys because I don't necessarily feel dating fatigue right now. But I think at one point, maybe like a week or two, sometimes it goes in longer spurs. I definitely got there for like a couple of weeks and I'm like, I don't want to go on another date. I don't want to meet another man. I'm actually really annoyed by the whole male species. And I just don't think that that's a good energy to be putting out there. So I'm just going to focus on my friendships. I'm going to go out with my girls. I'm going to have a good time. Life's going to be good. Recently, I was just like putting myself back out there because I'm like, I'm not going to be here for much longer. I want to just have a hot girl summer. I came to this realization that this might be my last single summer. At first, I was excited, and then I was kind of panicking a little bit, and then I was excited again, and I'm like, why didn't I just do all of the things? Make this the most like hot girl, romantic. We're going to juice up life, and we're just gonna meet as many people. We're gonna put ourselves out there. We're gonna live, and we're just gonna have fun. And that's exactly what I've been doing. You guys, the past week has been absolutely insane. I got a text. My landlord here was like, hey, I'm gonna need you to get out in a couple of weeks. Like, I need to like move back in. And I was like, that's kind of shitty that you only gave me a couple weeks. I think that means that I need to get out of London. And so where am I going? Up next, your girl is going to Portugal. Really depressed about it because I love London so much. I don't even know how to describe the fact that I'm just attached to this place. I get being attached to people, but I feel like I'm so attached and like in love with London for some reason. I feel like this is my dream life, and I'll get there because I have so many stories of things that have been happening. I went out and we were hanging out. I met this little French boy, and he was so cute and adorable and lovely. And I was kind of done talking to him, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go. Tried to find my friends, and at this point I'm like, Gabby, I may have drank a little too much. Not too much, but I'm like at that point where I'm like, I should just go home. It's a Sunday night and I have work in the morning. So I'm gonna go and get my ass on the train. So I go to the train station. I'm walking. I'm feeling fucking good. I'm in London. I feel like I am so grateful. I open my blinds and I literally some days am in tears that I have spent this much time here. I just love being here so much. I really don't know how to explain it, but I feel very attached to this place. But anyway, I'm walking through happy-go-lucky, like definitely feeling very tipsy at this point. I'm just smiling at everyone. I'm like literally like the sunshine in London. I get on the train and I'm like, I think I definitely got on the wrong one. But there's no service, so I couldn't really understand where I was at. And then finally something popped up. I'm like, okay, yeah, no, I'm definitely on the wrong train. I have to get off. So I get off. I go back the other way that I came in. And then I end up on the same train that I just took literally 3 times. I got on the wrong train. Third time I finally got on the right train. As I'm walking finally on the correct train, I see this guy in my peripherals and I'm just like, he is so adorable. I don't know where he's from. He kind of looks like he's not from London. Very curious to find out. Honestly, was like feeling myself. I was feeling very tipsy at the moment and I'm just like, I'm gonna talk to him. I feel like more people should meet on public transportation. Just be open to having a conversation, and literally you can say anything. If they mug you off, then fuck that person. That's not what happened here. I literally sat directly across from him and he had his headphones in. I had my headphones in. Hey, I'm sorry to bother you, but like, where are you from? Like, you don't look like you're from here. He's like, yeah, I'm actually from here. We just started chatting. We were going back and forth. We're having a good chat. What stop are you at? And he's at the stop right before mine. We both live in the same town. He's like, should we just like get off together? And he's like, yeah, but I'm going home. Like, if you want to come back to my place. And like, I don't really do that, but I'm also feeling like such a yes man right now. Nothing happened, you guys. I'm sorry to say. We get off together, we go take a little stroll through his neighborhood, and then we get into his house. He pours me another glass of wine. We start chatting it up even more, and then we just go full makeout mode. And then like eventually I was like, all right, look, like I have to go home. It's way too late. Nothing happened. We literally just made out. And I was like, you know what? I just feel like, one, probably not the smartest idea realistically, but I also feel like I trust my intuition enough to know that this is a decent guy. He was just a sweet boy. Had I had any type of, really trust my intuition on people. I feel like I'm never wrong. If something feels a little off, I will not entertain it. He's like, well, yeah, I'll walk you home. So he walks me home and literally we're like making out in the streets at like 1 a.m. in the morning. What is my life even? You know what I mean? Like, this just feels like a vibe. This feels like everything that's happened to me here has been like really fucking crazy and on that level. But anyway, I'm sad to leave, and I actually got super depressed booking my trip to Portugal, and I'm like, any normal person would be really excited to go, and I am excited, but I'm also upset. I have way too much time telling you this story, but we're talking today about dating fatigue, how to handle it, what to do, because I feel like a lot of my clients come to me and they're like, I'm so sick of this. Like, I can't fucking do this anymore. I'm running into the same guys all the time. I am tired of having the same conversation all the time. I'm tired. I'm just like, I cannot do it anymore. Why can't I just find my person and then build with that? And here's what I have to say about that. Just because you're dealing with this struggle right now where you're having the same conversations, like it doesn't feel like it's going anywhere, it feels like you're on a hamster wheel. All I can say is that when you do get into a relationship, that's when the hard work actually starts. Don't feel like you have to rush to get to that point, because when you actually do get into a relationship, you will have a little bit of a rude awakening of, yes, you have maybe a struggle now of dating and trying to find someone. But once you actually do find someone, that's almost harder than the whole dating process, because you actually have to be vulnerable. You have to open up. You have to deal with and handle your own triggers and how that's showing up in the relationship. Being able to sustain a healthy relationship, if it's healthy, deal with the triggers of what is going on in a toxic relationship. There's so many things, bigger picture things, that you will have to deal with and handle while you get into a relationship. Just to inform you, the struggles don't really ever end, okay? You're going to struggle while you're single. You're going to struggle in relationships. Life is never going to be perfect, but I promise you, when things are good, it makes you appreciate the bad shit when it does happen. Promise you, when you do get into a loving relationship, times where you think back of how shitty your dating experience is, you're gonna feel so much more appreciation towards your person, because all of the things that came before him or her or they was so worth it in the end. Because if it was so easy to get, you'd feel like that person is disposable. You would feel like if it doesn't work out, then I'll just go to someone else. Whereas if you're dealing with all of this struggle right now of meeting people, you don't feel like you're getting anywhere, you do get into a relationship. If you didn't have any of that struggle, you would not appreciate this person the same amount. You'd be like, I can replace them. It's not a big deal. I didn't have to like work for it. I didn't have to fight for this. People tend to devalue things when we didn't have to work for them, or if it wasn't a challenge to get there. That's why I'm so appreciative of like the struggles that I have gone through in my dating life, because I'm like, I'm gonna appreciate the fuck. That person will not go a day unnoticed. My appreciation towards him. And even now in my life, not even just people, living at my parents' house for a while, God bless them, I love them. I'm so happy that I was able to have a fallback plan when my life went to shit. Is it an ideal situation to live with your parents? Not really, and I think we can all agree there. Now, being off on my own in a country that I love, in a place that I'm like obsessed with, I wake up every day, I kid you not, the amount of tears that have flown out of my eyes because of how happy and appreciative of me being here and being able to do these things by myself, make shit happen. Sometimes I get into this like stubborn hitting my head against the wall theme. Nothing's working out. Like, why is nothing working out? But the bigger picture of things, if things were so easy to get to where you wanted to go, you wouldn't value it as much. And sometimes have to flip that switch of thinking everything is working out. There's so many things behind closed doors that I can't see that working out in my favor. And I've really just learned to accept that at this point. I get it when you're like, yeah, I can't have another conversation. In those situations, it is okay to take a step back, because every time you're attacking dating from that lens of frustration, I literally cannot do this. You look at a guy and you get fucking frustrated for no reason at all. He does a small thing that irks you or gives you the ick and you're like, I cannot even look at the male species. It is okay. Take a step back, reclaim your energy, focus on yourself, focus on your friends, your family, make dating less of a priority in your life in that moment. And I get that you may feel pressure to settle down and to want to do your things, but I promise you, it is so much better when you take that step back, even if it's just for like a couple of days, a couple of weeks, maybe a couple months, however long it takes you to feel good about dating again. I know that there's been times in my own life where I will put myself out there and I feel so good. Like I'm excited to meet new people. I'm excited to have these conversations. I want to learn about new people. Then I think back, I can promise you, when I'm in that state of mind of high level, I feel good, my energy's good, the type of people that come into my life, I'm actually really happy with. Whereas when I get frustrated, where's my person? I want it now. I need to have this. And why is nothing working out for me? When I'm in a shit mood about it, everything that comes into my life is just another reminder of how annoyed I can get. When I first got to London a couple months ago, I was having this situation happen literally back to back to back. And I'm like, I needed to take a step back because I cannot do it anymore. Where guys were ghosting me, like it literally happened 5 times in the span of 2 weeks. What is going on here? Because last time when I was dating in London back in October, I was having such a good experience because my spirits were high and I was feeling good. But the second that I come back here and it's summer, now people don't know how to act. This is not the London that I know. This is not the vibes that I know. And even I do think that there's like even girls. I was actually out for drinks with one of my girlfriends here and she's like, what London are you living in that this is happening for you? Because I've been living here for however many years and nothing like this has happened. And I can almost guarantee you it is the energy that you show up in. If you're open, you're receptive, you want good things, you're spreading good vibes, promise you that everything that you want is flowing naturally to you. But when you're pissed off, I can't deal with another man in my life, please back off. The type of people, the type of guys that I attract in that energy are the shit men that come in, they'll ghost me, they're toxic, they just don't want something serious. Where are all these men? What is happening? And it's literally because I'm in a shit energy. But I can say and I will say that even when you are in high energy and you feel good and you're putting yourself out there, that doesn't mean that like bad people aren't going to flow into your life, but it's all about how you react when they do. Control what you can control. Even when I'm in high spirits and everything's good, life is flowing, I'm in a flow state, we'll still have shitty people come into my life, but I don't take it personally. I'm like, you know what? It is what it is. If you're experiencing dating fatigue, here's some things that you can do. Stop going on dates, period, maybe, and take a step back. I think that's like honestly my biggest recommendation, but stop also putting so much pressure on the dates. I think when you are like, I'm not meeting my person, where is he? Why isn't he showing up? It gets to a point where you just get frustrated in the situation. Whereas if you're putting a low pressure, no expectation on the date, then you're more likely to have a good time and actually enjoy yourself. Stop going on dates that don't match your schedule, your time, your life. Even if it's just, hey, I'm doing this, if you want to show up, cool. And then you just get to meet that person. I feel like in today's society, I do get annoyed because I feel like women, let me just say this. The people who are in happy, healthy relationships right now, ask them about their first date. What did they do? It's probably something low-key that it was so low effort. I just feel like we have these like, he has to take me to the nicest restaurants and he has to do all of the things. Otherwise, I'm out. Realistically, sometimes I'm just like, I know I've talked about walking dates before, but like if I'm already going on a walk and like he's in the area, fine, join me. We'll talk. It'll be a vibe. Whatever. Go on dates that aren't inconvenient for you. If you're putting yourself out there, I just fully got ready for this date. I put on a full face of makeup. I got this nice outfit out of my closet. I'm looking presentable, only for him to show up in some gym shorts doing the absolute bare minimum. Now you're upset because you just spent all of your time and energy for him to show up and casually just show up on the date. It's frustrating at a certain point. You're like, why don't you show up? Why don't you take me to an actual dinner and actually do all the things? If you don't even know that person, you also want to get to know that person. Do you even like them? You go on these nice restaurants that is the only thing that I'll accept. Fine. Do whatever makes you happy. And if that's really what's going to make you happy, then by all means, I'm not saying that you should do one thing or the other. It's not black and white, but I do think I'm already out. He wants to meet for a drink. I'm not going to be like, oh, he has to take me to dinner. Sometimes those situations, they'll grow into that. Stop expecting the world from these people that you don't even know. And then you're stuck on these dates. If you don't even like this person, then you're stuck on this date that's hours long and you can't really get out of it because you're at a dinner and that's kind of awkward to just get up and go. Whereas if you're on a walk, I mean, I'm not promoting walking dates by any means, but if it's convenient and it's right there, then I'm not gonna be like, no, I'm not doing this because that is my standard and blah, blah, blah. I think we have these standards because people told us that we need to have these standards, not necessarily because that's what's going to make us happy. There are certain situations where you want to see them in different lights. It's just a one and done. Can you even have a conversation with this person? Do you even like this person? Last night, England won the semifinals in soccer, and I'm just like, I'm in such high spirits. Like, I want to go do something. And this guy's just like, let's go grab a drink. And I'm like, I don't even know that I'll be interested in you. Why not? It wasn't this crazy thing. Sometimes you just can't expect the world from someone you don't know. And that's where I'm going to leave that at. When you have these such high expectations and no one seems to be, why can't someone just fucking take me to dinner? Maybe no one's taking you because there's so much pressure on they have to do this. You know what I mean? Honestly, when I got into that energy a little bit, why are people only asking me to go on walking dates? I'm fucking frustrated. I'm like, honestly, who cares? Like, I'm just gonna let it go. I'm not gonna think about it. And then after I kind of stopped putting that pressure on things, people started asking me on higher level dates. The more pressure you put on the date has to be this grand thing. Those people usually are the single ones. And the people that are happy in relationships and found someone, ask anyone that you're friends with, your family member, have a healthy relationship, ask them what their first date was. Because sometimes I don't even really feel like it matters that much. If you vibe with someone, you're gonna know that you vibe with someone. And those things will work up their way over time. Stop putting so much pressure on it. That is it for this week's episode. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got some kind of value out of this. I hope that maybe you can walk away and we can all together equally stop the dating fatigue. It is exhausting sometimes. Just because you want it, feel like you have to have it. I think the more that you feel like you have to have it should be the indication that you need to chill. Just take a step back. Life's happening for you. The more you force the pieces together, the more you're pushing it away. Like, it has to happen on my timeline. I am going on so many dates. I'm trying to force this to happen. I need to meet him. Why isn't he showing up? You're going to be disappointed every time. I'm not saying don't have high expectations. Release the pressure of it. And I promise you, everything will become much smoother. Life will become more enjoyable. Dates will be more enjoyable. The people that you meet are going to be higher quality. That's all I have to say. Thanks so much for watching. And please, if you could, leave that 5-star rating wherever you're watching this, or a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button, turn on your bell notifications so you'll never miss another episode. And I will see you all next Tuesday. Thanks so much.